Is this right here possibly the last great Glock pistol? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Alrighty folks, so just so you guys can see that we are clear and safe, nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber, we are good to go. So earlier today, I saw a lot of chatter online on the socials that Glock has discontinued their traditional style pistol and came out with a whole new series. What that's going to entail as far as looks and extra features and stuff like that, I have no idea. The big thing that it appears that Glock is going to change is going to be the end plate and how the striker assembly works to combat people that are unlawfully modifying their particular Glock pistol. So criminals, stuff like that. So anyways, this here is quite possibly the last great Glock pistol. So I want to focus on this particular one here. Just for the record, I'm not a Glock guy per se. I do own a number of Glock pistols. I do have some Glock variants or clones, if you will, but honestly, the clones typically are a better overall feel than a OEM Glock. However, this particular pistol right here was my very first OEM Glock purchase, and as you can see here, it is basically identical to the way it came from the factory, with the exception of weapon light from Streamlight here, as well as the handle grip tape on the rear. But other than that, original sights, night sights, magazine, trigger, this is exactly the way this thing comes from the factory. And the reason I say that it's possibly the last great Glock pistol is that the 19X, as you see here, is one that has won over a ton of people. So a little bit of background on this, and I've done some videos on this in the past. It's been quite a few years though. This was Glock's civilian version of what they submitted to the military for their MHS program, which SIG ultimately won out with the P320 piece of garbage. You know, Glock, unfortunately, they didn't meet all the criteria of being modular and stuff like that. So the big difference between what the civilians are offered and what they submitted for the trials is the addition of a thumb safety. So the civilian version here, as you can see, does not have a thumb safety. It is essentially a Glock Gen 5 pistol that has, it's a Glock 19 sized slide and barrel with a Glock 17 sized frame. It came with back straps, you know, the typical Glock affair. So really it's not all that different. What amazed me on this pistol was just the unique kind of finish compared to the other Glock models, being a PVD finish. Mine is held up very, very well. I don't know how many thousands of rounds through this thing, but you can see there's a lot of wear on the barrel and the sights and stuff like that. Overall, the pistol's held up really good. I have no complaints about it. Is it as good as my CZ pistols as far as the trigger or some other striker-fired pistols? That's up to the end user. For me, it's pretty good. The trigger overall is you know, it's a typical Glock trigger, but the Gen 5 I think came out with the best factory feeling Glock trigger. If you look at any of my other Glock clones, typically I'm running something other than the OEM, but this one here, I've kept it kind of duty or battle ready with no real changes. Now, the only updates they have done to this Glock 19X as of late is they came out with an MOS version. So what the MOS version is is it is a slide cutout with an optics plate there. This one, as you can see, is just the normal slide, and I know a lot of people will have that cut for optics. I opted to keep this thing, you know, as it was, mostly not as a collector piece, but I just wanted to leave it, you know, totally stock for the most part, except for the, the handle grip here. So this is one of those pistols that when it first came out, a lot of people joked it because they're like, why would you want the larger grip with a shorter slide? You know, aren't you trying to, you know, produce a pistol that's concealable? Why would you want a short slide? This thing actually conceals very well. I mean, yes, the grip is a little long, but appendix carry, it actually works pretty good. The MOS version, the only other difference other than the optics cut here is going to be, I believe it comes with a threaded barrel. And those things have been kind of hard to find, and they're quite a bit more expensive than the Glock 19X. I'd say that, you know, with this recent announcement, as the Glock pistols are going to be going through a drastic change in design, if I were looking at adding, I would probably look at the 19X, you know, that sort of thing. But that's just me. This is one of the Glock pistols. I think it's probably the best Glock pistol in the last decade, in my opinion. So anyways, just wanted to put out a video here, just kind of bringing back the Glock 19X. The news earlier today kind of got me thinking. I was like, man, that really sucks. You know, I mean, however, everybody's been asking Glock to make changes for decades and decades, you know, that they're a one-trick pony and all this stuff. So we'll see what they come out with. But according to the news today, they're going to be changing almost their entire lineup. Again, I don't know how much it's going to change. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But that was a pretty good news story, pretty big news story today. So anyways, any questions or comments, put those down below. What do you guys think about the announcement from Glock? What do you think about the Glock 19X pistol? You know, I know people love Glocks. Some people hate them, despise them. I'm kind of on the fence. I have Glocks. I'm a gun guy. I like having a variety of stuff. And this has just been my favorite factory or OEM Glock pistol. So, you know, again, put those comments down below. If you're looking to support the channel, the best way you can do that is to head over to my website. If you use one of my affiliate links to places such as Brownells, the channel does get a kickback from that. So always appreciate it anytime you guys can use one of my affiliate links. Brownells is the largest supporter of the channel, so huge shout out to them. So if you're looking for stuff, definitely, you know, that's a great place to head over and check out. All right, so that about wraps it up on this video. Appreciate y'all watching and subscribing, and I will catch you on the next video. Y'all take it easy.